Whoa, that pass was way over the receiver's head. Yeah, there was just no way for the receiver to catch up to that ball. Way too much mustard on that one. Oh, he couldn't make the catch. Too bad, too, because he had some serious ground to cover if he had. He's got to catch those short, easy ones. Looked a little jumpy there and overthrew his receiver. Positioned himself perfectly to act as a human fence between the quarterback and the receiver and caused the incompletion. Very impressive. Got to the outside like he wanted, but then missed the catch and couldn't capitalize on it. Couldn't get it. That's a tough break, Boots. There was room to run. He could have really turned that catch into a big play. He looked open. Heck, he was open. But still the catch didn't come to pass. I guess being open isn't always enough. Where was that pass going? Those two were not on the same page at all. The quarterback had trouble with that zone in permanent lockdown. Outstanding coverage. If he continues playing a one-man zone so well, that secondary can really topple this offensive game plan. You know, that's right. It basically erases that receiver off the blackboard. Totally. He had his turf in the middle there, but the pass just didn't come together. He really has to be the guy who his quarterback can rely on to make those. Oh, the quarterback strapped a jet engine into a subcompact on that throw, Dora. Absolutely. He needs to take a deep breath so he's not rushing his throws. Yeah, because his read, it seems good. His distance, though, way off. Well, the quarterback thought he had a good read, but he didn't count on such great zone coverage. Terrific coverage, Boots. It was only single zone, but it was effective. Yeah, give that defender a pat on the back. He did a great job. Tries to zero in on his man, but the zone was just too crowded. Incomplete pass. The defender managed to cut off the line from the QB to the receiver by putting his body in the path. That was crafty pass defense. There's no way the ball was getting to the receiver. He thought he could hit his man with only one defender, but that secondary had him locked up tighter than my mother-in-law's pocketbook. Couldn't make the catch, Boots, although he was ready for it. Some wires got crossed there. That ball was significantly to the right of where the receiver was. Was open over the middle. No excuses for not getting a completion there. He almost made a play, but the ball was just too far to his right. Well, either that, he was too far to the left. Whoa, he saw that one come way in front of him. Hey, if he knew it was coming, the receiver might have been able to sprint forward and snag it. Yeah, but he was totally caught by surprise. You know, they need to get on the same page. Was in a playmaking position on the outside, but just wasn't able to close on the deal. Boy, that's frustrating to fight your way to a decent spot on the field and then not be able to use it. You know, it's kind of like taking a beautiful boy on a date and then leaving your wallet at home. He really could have racked up the yardage on that play. You're right. He was looking a lot of open real estate if he just caught it. It was so long, don't forget to write. Boy, somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be. That pass was way off the radar screen. I know. What happened there? Some serious miscommunication, I'm thinking. Whoa, the quarterback threw that what we used to call an Alice there. Boy, He needs to put a little more oomph behind it. Ooh, that's pretty cold, Boots. You're not going to be his favorite announcer when he hears that coming. Hey, nothing personal. I like to consider it motivational announcing. Couldn't get to it. Oh, the quarterback let him just a bit too much. That's a frustrating play. Use his body as a shield to force that incompletion, and that's not as easy as he made it look. Right, Dora? He had to make the read, react, then get to the right position to prevent the ball from getting to its target. He didn't have a chance on that one. Yeah, make it very tough on your man when you throw it behind him like that. Well, I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose. His arm just needs a little tweaking. Had the ball in his sights, but the pass went way behind him. Dora, I think the coach would probably scratch that play for this game. They tried the same thing twice and came up with incompletions. They were all over that pass, Dora. I'm just surprised they couldn't pick it off. I mean, they were right there. He was a yard short and a day late on that pass. It was just too far in front of him to be catchable. Dora, their passing game has been an unnatural disaster today. Oh, he has got to be kicking himself for missing that pass, Dora. Yeah, but I'm sure a few teammates will be having to fill in if his legs get tired. That could have been a huge play. Big pass, lots of running room. Oh well. Swung around to the outside, but unfortunately the pass was outside his hands. Well, the quarterback thought his receiver had a fair shot at it, but the coverage was just too tight. You've got to admire a secondary that sticks with him that close. Dora, I like that defensive play. If you still can't get the interception, the next best thing to do is to bat the ball away. And that clearly is what we saw on that play. That's what you call tremendous defense there. Wow, great play by the corner as he batted the ball away and not allowing the receiver to make the catch. And that's what his job is to do. Get a hand on the ball and not let the receiver to make the catch. That's good defense. Dora, he was in good position to make the catch, but he just let that one slip out of his hands. Yeah, Boots. There's just no excuse for not coming down with the completion there. And a few more of those drops, Dora. You're going to have a lonely flight at home. Oh, he could have had a big reception there, Boots. Just let that one slip out of his hands there, Dora, just for a split second. He swung out to the outside and was in good shape to get some yards. But when the pass came his way, he just wasn't able to work with it. That's too bad. Yeah, you can't let those get past you when it counts like that. Boy, he made a mistake there, Dora. Yeah, he should have been lined up so that if he had caught it, it was an automatic first down. But he missed it, so it really doesn't matter. But still. He almost made the play, but the ball was off to his left. The quarterback might have been just a bit quick on the trigger there, which affected his aim. Well, he better adjust those sights. That would have been caught if the throw was just a little bit more accurate. The tight end was there over the middle, but it was incomplete. Well, he should have had that. You know, the quarterback has got to be able to depend on his tight end as a safety valve. They've got some work to do. He couldn't haul it down. Man, that pass should have been easier than a 4-piece jigsaw puzzle. He did everything he should have on that pass, except the part where you catch the ball. Yeah, and I'd say that's a pretty important part. Yeah, he's not going to be getting any calls from the big leagues if he lets that become a habit. You got to catch those, buddy. The quarterback threw the ball out of bounds there, but why I don't know. He wasn't being pressured at all. It's like he had somewhere else to be, so he just chucked it out of bounds to get it over with. Oh, the quarterback threw that pass way over the head of the intended receiver. You see quite that a bit at the college level. These young quarterbacks just get a bit anxious at times. Dora, come on, they're just hyped up. What coach doesn't want that, huh? He lets that ball hit the turf, and I'm not so sure that it was uncatchable. I agree, Boots. I think you could have had a very good chance if he dived for it. Hey, he can't always expect the QB to throw that ball right to you. Not a good effort at all. 2 incompletes in a row of the exact same play, 2 plays in a row. Well, you have to mix it up a little better than that, guys. He was more right than right there, and the ball drifted to the left and he missed it. I have no idea what you just said there, Boots the monkey. Was in prime position to make the catch, but the ball was just a little too far into his left to be caught. Incomplete pass. He couldn't make the catch. The ball just wasn't there for him. Yeah, it sailed quite a bit right. Was the throw off, or was the receiver not where he should have been? Well, I'll tell you. On a bad team, the finger automatically comes out and points at each other. On a good team, they come out and point at themselves. The quarterback really underthrew that one. The receiver never had a chance at a reception. Was right where he was supposed to be near the sideline, but couldn't close the deal. The line didn't give that pass any time to get going. They had it down almost before it left the quarterback's hands. That's a great defensive play. Makes it awfully easy on their secondary. Something went wrong there. Either the ball went where it wasn't supposed to, or the receiver did. Had that one in his sights, but couldn't make the catch. He was way in front of that catch, Dora. No way he could have gotten to it. As a quarterback, you can't expect a receiver to reverse course that quickly to rescue your wayward passes. The quarterback was stymied by some great zone coverage there. He'll be thinking twice before he throws into his yard again. The quarterback obviously thought he could finesse his pass past the 2 defenders, but it was incomplete. He was in nice shape there if he'd caught it, Boots, but it just didn't happen. Not only he would have made the catch for some big yards, but he could have picked up plenty more too. The quarterback couldn't get the ball to his receiver. But it doesn't surprise me. There are 2 defenders covering the guy. Yeah, that was a case where seeing double might have actually helped. The pass was there, Dora. It looked like a lock for the touchdown. The only thing that went wrong was the receiver didn't hold on to it. Let's see the tape. I'm sorry, but that's just inexcusable, especially in the end zone. Wow, He just let out, drop that one boots. The important thing is that he puts it behind him and holds on to the next one. The quarterback obviously thought throwing into double zoned coverage was a calculated risk he felt comfortable with. Yeah, well, he better check his figures. To me, 2 guys in the zone equals a real problem. Yeah, I guess he's no accounting major, that's for sure. He made a huge miscalculation there. On 3rd down, you want to be sure you're set up past the first down markers. Right. That way, you don't have to fight for those extra yards after you make the catch. The quarterback threw a pass that would have been accurate having it gotten there. Oh, that's a little embarrassing for a young quarterback to underthrow to that degree. You know, he's got some power in that aim. He just needs to know when to flick the switch. You know, he's got some power in that arm. He just needs to know when to flick the switch. Went out of bounds on that one, so he was ineligible. That won't count. Dora, this play just isn't working. They tried it in both directions, but they were shut down by both times.